Okay guys, so there are a lot of projects going on now that I've come back to the Shire, so many things that I need to do, and it was asked of me to explain why I'm doing a lot of things that I'm doing. So, first of all, being here in the house is insecure, and while we were away, there was a break-in, and I'm not saying that to scare future guests, but when something is not used in Kenya, there's a village mentality. It tends to be such that if you aren't using it, well, we'll just kind of take over and take it from here. If you're not using a bicycle, it might be stolen. Just the idea of, well, if you're not using it, we can't. So with the farm, I felt as though because it was getting overgrown and there wasn't a lot of activity on the farm, some of the locals just felt like, well, we want to try to take over and take what they could. But now that we're back, we're going to establish some things to make the place a little bit more safe for my family and also for future guests. But also our activity alone is enough to make and deter people from coming into the farm because they're seeing that now it's coming alive. So here is an example of what's happening. So right now you can see this flower bed is getting nice and weeded, and you can see this one here is overgrown completely with just grass, and it should look like this one. All of the flower beds should look like this one. So this is just one area where we are showing, hey, we're here, we're actually doing stuff. And it's happening all over. Even this one was overgrown, and my daughters, McKenna and my friend Marit, all worked on the gardens, including this bed here, which Marit worked on and I worked on. Back here you can see that the windows are just wood and they're easily tampered with. So one of the things that I want to do is take all of this wood window out and these walls and repair them and add glass, because these windows are easily pried open. In fact, some of the problems we've had with the locals who are working here, they would just walk by, and as you see, this window is open. Let's see if you can see. And they would just, you see, stick their hand right in and grab anything they wanted right off of the shelf. And that's ways that people have stolen from us in the past. So this space here, the walls need to be redone and glass put in so that it's a bit safer and not just easily opened. Now this water tank had to be lifted up, and it was asked of me, why did you do that now? And the reason is because we had the plumber here fixing leaky faucets in the house, and while he was here, I thought, well, let's just go ahead and have him lift the tank because the tank was empty of water. It was perfect timing, and one of these gate valves up here was broken and it needed repair anyway, so we just took it from the ground and lifted it up on the stand that we had already built. It was a project that was in the works when I left, and it is because the water pressure in the house is not enough, and it also isn't enough for this bathtub until we lifted it. And the point of this bathtub is because we only have one little shower and it's in the house, and we are so many people, and so if we have guests, there's going to have to be another space for people to bathe. So this is space number 2 for people to bathe, and this little hut is a space for people to stay. So I figured that way people can come out here and have a cool bathing experience. And all of this wood is rotting. If I don't get this project done soon, I'm gonna have to start all over again. So that's why I decided, let me go ahead and get this up on the stand so that we can work on this project. And then this is something that if anyone wants to come learn how to build with earth, this project is the project at hand right now. Many projects that need to be done. Some of them are low on the priority list. Here you can see obviously landscaping would be nice, but the roof of this little hut needs complete overhaul because all the grass is coming off. I could go around and show you. I don't know if you can see where the plastic is poking through, but there it is. And it just needs more grass on top, and on the other side it's even worse. Right here is an area that I am leveling and would like to level and clean up a bit for tent site. So here's where a tent would be with this gorgeous view. And then there's another section over here. Right there by that tree is another area I've leveled that will be, and we'll work on leveling a bit for another tent site. And the purpose of these campsites are because I really believe that this space, if you know anything about my children, my daughter Butterfly, my daughter McKenna, and if you know anything at all about how they were raised to become creative people, this space is conducive to that. This space is a very healing space. It's full of gorgeous wildlife, wild birds, animals. It's just relaxing, and it's such a gorgeous space. Heart of Kate Ellen Adventures is thank you for listening. Thank you for trying to hear my heart. As I get more and more into this, I will share more projects that I want to do. So there's so many projects. So project 1 right now, make the house safe and put glass windows in the back wall. That's the project I'm working on right now, and then we'll go from there. So thank you for watching, and you can be a part by donating to Kate Ellen Adventures. And also just keep in mind, I do have the girls in my care still, my orphan daughters, as well as all of my children, and we're all here. The good news is I don't have rent, but I do need to feed everyone, and so the money that you give helps me do that as well as bring this place back to life.